Hello everyone, this is Cerise. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I am going to do today some saltfish. So let's get started. Alright, so these are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. You can use whatever you like. If you don't want to use these and you have like something specific that you want to use, or you don't want to use salt, you don't have to. Just boil it 3 times and it should be good. And there goes my friend, Mr. Walkerswood. Okay, so these are the vegetables that I'm going to be using. Some things that I keep in the freezer, like the garlic, and I chop up the green peppers and I leave the thyme in there so that they don't spoil. And I have this type of saltfish, or as they call it, salted codfish or pollock, whatever, whatever brand that you like to use, whatever you have in your stores, those are the ones that you can use. So we're just putting this in the pot, and we're going to add water, not all the way fully up to the top, just enough to cover the fish, because we're just going to bring it to a boil. And we're going to repeat this process 4 times. So after you see it's boiling, now we're going to drain it. And then after we finish draining it, then we're going to add the water in there again, the same height as before, just over the fish, and then put it back on the stove and boil it all over again. So you could do this 3-4 times if you want to. It all depends on how much salt you want left on the fish. I just, because my mom and my stepdad, they have high blood pressure issues. I used to as well, but you just boil it as much as you want to, and then chop it up into chunks. Then you add oil just to cover the bottom of the pot or pan, whichever one you're using, and then you just let it come to a simmer and stir. And then we're going to add all of the rest of the ingredients to get that started. Sometimes people add the vegetables first and saute them, then add the fish, but I don't care. I just add everything all in at one time, because that's what you're going to do anyway, right? So why not? And sometimes when you are simmering this, or sizzling, or frying, saute, whatever you want to call it, it does tend to suck up some of the oil on the bottom of the pan. So, of course, we're going to have to put more later. Seasonings. You can put whatever you like, as I said, It's all up to you. They do have one that says ackee and saltfish seasoning. But because that's what I like to use. But because my stepfather does not eat ackee, I don't put ackee in this dish. Normally, sometimes we have to make 2 different pots of whatever we're making, because he doesn't eat certain things like we do, because we're Native American Indian and his family and him are Jamaican. So, that makes my sister and brother like half and half, which is kind of cool. And then they like to eat a lot of American food because they were born here, but then he was born in Jamaica, so he likes to eat all Jamaican food, but there's just some things that he doesn't like. And the funny thing is, we have 2 ackee trees in the backyard. Go figure, right? So, for this, I don't add that season. I mean, I'll add the seasoning, but I don't add the ackee to it. So we're stirring in everything, and we're gonna just let it simmer down so that the vegetables cook and the flavors start to mix up and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Yes. And there's the oil. We're going to add a little bit more because, of course, like I said, it will absorb all the oil on the bottom. So you just add a little bit more. And I'm putting my friend Walkerswood, gives it some flavor because it's good. And stir that around. Now this is optional as well. My next ingredient is going to be ketchup. Now, that is something that is often used in the Jamaican food culture. And if I were to put ackee in there, I would not put ketchup. But because I don't have it in there, I'm putting in the ketchup. It just makes a sauce. Sometimes they'll make sauce to put on chicken, and it's ketchup and green peppers and onions and scotch bonnet, little touch of the chopped up scotch bonnet in there, and they'll put just to simmer, some thyme or whatever. I just put in pimento as the way, which is the allspice, they're whole, so that I can cook that flavor in. So like I said, they make a sauce with that, and then they'll put it on top of fried chicken or put it on top of fish or whatever they want to put it on. So, it's just something that they like to use, as well as barbecue sauce. Let's not forget that. So, okay, and right now we're just going to let it simmer a little bit, just so that the ketchup and all the rest of the stuff can combine together to make a sauce. Yeah, the sizzling is going on. Hear the sizzle. All right. Now we're going to put the lid on and turn it down just a little bit and just let it go. Just let all those things just have fun in there. Do that little boil thing. After a few minutes, you can put some hot sauce if you want to. You don't have to. It's not a necessary item, just like the jerk is not. It's not a necessary item. It's just stuff that I like to put in there. So hey, why not, right? Excuse my banging. I know I am such a bad banger. So funny. At least I don't dent the pots though. And so this is what it looks like when it is all done. You can eat this with dumplings or food as they call it, which has root vegetables with the dumplings. You can have this with hard dough bread, whatever you like. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. God bless you. Be a blessing to others, please. And have a wonderful day. Thank you.